on another nature walk. And this time, chat, look at this. It's a bunch of dew. All this time. The weather causes this, this is technically what is known as the morning dew, as it's known as. It is known in a lot of songs and films, things like that. Okay, hello everyone, this is another nature walk, and right here is simply some dew. It makes the grass look like it's snowed, but it didn't snow. Joseph, bro, it is so great to see you. I have been doing well, doing videos and streams, and glad to have you on board. I've been doing that and keeping up with trials. It's been a while. I hope you're doing well, man. Thank you for coming on. Oh, thanks. Yes. Pools Mermaid said to say hello to you on SNS. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, shout out to Pools Mermaid. She is the best. And look, this is some daikon. Working grinding. That's great. And this is a daikon where last year we harvested them. This is from the seed from the other plant that I had last time. And we got that there. And it's, it's ready to harvest. And you see, this is how big the leaves are. It's getting bigger and bigger every day, and it's trying to sprout a flower. Usually that's when it's ready to go. So yeah, this was the daikon for this time. Yeah, nice. Yeah, and that is spinach, and this is the broccoli that I was showing. Yeah, earlier I was watching and reacting to the video of the Afro Man. He had a trial going on because of a lawsuit, a defamation lawsuit. That was something we were looking at earlier. Ah, okay. Okay, it's blurry. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I don't know if that's blurry looking now, but thank you for the feedback. I appreciate it. Hello, everybody coming in. This is a nature walk and looking at different plants, and it looks like there was something misty, but I don't know what that was. It wasn't me. And let's see, is that, I don't know, that might look better. Oh, yeah, I see something misty. I don't know what it is. It must be just condensation or whatever. Okay, yeah. Yeah, there must be some bugs or something flying around or the mist. Yeah, I don't know. But, okay, continuing on. Yeah, glad that you're grinding. I remember a lot of times I would do the late night streams and see you on, and we were talking about the different beach houses out in Cali. That was a cool stream. And we are still daikon gang, like we were before, right? Yeah, the other night we were talking about was working doubles. Yeah. I remember when the other, because over where y'all are right now, the weather seems to be, daikon life. Yeah, daikon life. I remember back in the day, it used to be kind of like different streams, but then they change. Now, the weather, something I've been talking about, has, in your region, it's much more, there's like a heat dome over it. Where I am, it's very cold. It is very strange. There's different conspiracy theories about 69 Fahrenheit. Okay. This time of year, it's warming up in places that it usually isn't warm until a couple of months from now. So some people think it's nice, like in y'all's region. Uh, and I'm glad that the weather is nice for those that like the weather over there like that. Where I am, when it gets hot, it's, real humid and crazy over here. Yeah, Jewish space lasers. Yeah. Definitely something's going on, and they're using those different devices to zap the weather, I suppose. And the scared. There, I remember one time we were talking about cloud seeding, how they can some conspiracy theory that they can use weather manipulation, and maybe they're doing something like that. There is strange plant right there as usual. And let's see the progress of this tree. Okay, it has not sprouted any uh, the fruit yet, but it is getting there. All right. Yesterday I was talking to Chad about the swamp food. That was interesting. It was because some people have known about that type of food before. And with this, you could talk to so many people in one place. Then we got a conversation about bears. And like when someone sees a bear, they're supposed to raise like a bike or something heavy, like in the air, or their arms to try to get it away if someone encountered something like that. But it's best not to run, because it could just run after you. That is something that is true about that. Yeah, and there's certain scents that they don't like that can repel them. And Joseph says, "Thank you, bro. Gonna grow daikon now soon. Ideas. Hashtag ideas." Yeah, facts. Hashtag ideas. And daikon is very good in, simmered. It's good cooked and pickled. They like to pickle them. The whole plant's edible, even the leaves. So you can, over in Asia, they, pickle those. They pickle all kinds of things. Pickling is something that they do for quick food. That's something that they do often. And I definitely is a good idea, because I'm learning about that and I thought that was cool. Or it could be eaten in a salad. It has lots of vitamins and nutrients in it. Okay, and there is more of these plants and some weird mist that comes around also. Okay. Yeah. So far, I have not seen any raccoons or cats, or it's just these plants. When it gets cold like this, they go somewhere else. Okay. There are some alien movies out that are going to be coming out this summer and coming out soon that I think are cool for, me, because I'm into the alien stuff. There has been lots of different conspiracy theories that I've been learning about with my chat. And so it all makes sense. A lot of these things I've not heard of, and things getting, about various theories of what the aliens are, and different government programs that are hiding it. That was cool to learn about. All right, and there is usually where these raccoons come out, but they're not coming out right now. Although I do hear something. Yeah, that's probably one of them. In the shadows. I'm scared. All right. Let's see. So a lot of times, I'll hear them, and from a distance, and it's a little bit unsettling. But eventually, they come in view, and it's like, oh, it's just a raccoon. But you just be at nighttime, and then you hear some noise kind of close by, and you're like, I don't know what that is, but I'm hoping it's a raccoon or something like that. And most of the time, it is. Okay, and you got that. There's different types of cars that I was reacting to. My family did things with cars, and yeah, well, technically, raccoons are banded puppies. That's the uh, that's technically their nickname is. Because I'm so formal. I'll just say raccoon, but they're technically banded puppies, and they'll just come out the darkness here and just come into view sometimes. Tweakers, LOL, and trash pandas. Yes, all of those are their names, indeed. And it is a nice cold night walk. Definitely. I was telling them yesterday, Joseph, about the Mexican raccoon that I encountered, and I will tell it again for those that don't know about it. It was this very long, narrow-faced, brown thing that looked kind of like a raccoon and a lemur. And yeah, that's what it is. It's a different type of species of them. So that was cool. And yeah, so the banded puppies, trash pandas are lurking in the shadows. They just haven't come out in view yet. Yeah. Yeah, hello, everyone. Like, subscribe, and share. Yeah, thank you, Joseph. I appreciate that. There is the tallow tree. That's nice. The one from China. That is funny. Yeah. See, like, vehicles from back in the past had a better aesthetic to them, and they were made to last longer. They were made to last longer than they do now, and I just think things are they're made aerodynamic now, and they're not really made for style often, and they're not made for, they're just made to make money. Oh, you want a Metropolitan. Right, nice. So usually, like, cars now, they're like, you crash into it and it's like an accordion, and it crinkles up for safety of the passengers in the vehicle. But nowadays, what they do is they want to make it safer, safer now. That's why it crinkles like an accordion. The older cars were built like a tank, but it wasn't really built for the people inside of it. And in the tree, sometimes there's rats, and so far I haven't seen any rats. Oh, and there is a star right here. When I turn the light out, I start hearing things. That's because they knew it was safe to come out. Yeah, so that is an interesting star right there. It's twinkling, and behind me, I hear a bandit puppy trash panda somewhere around there. Yes, Volvos were tanks. Yes. Volvos were good for safety. They were good for the vehicles that wanted to be more safety oriented rather than the type of vehicles you have that, may not be as safe. So definitely is known for safety mechanisms in it. Now, over time, the Volvos do have things in it that break where you would have to keep getting it repaired over a long period of time. But yeah, those are good, very good cars. Okay, and Joseph says lots of meteors in Ohio and California. They were moving meteors. Okay, unusual last night earlier. Oh, okay. So that is very fascinating that they were moving like that. Indeed. Meteors are so cool to see, and they come in all kinds of different colors when they're streaking across the night sky. Some cultures think they're guarding the heavens from evil things from Earth. There's all kinds of mythologies about shooting stars or meteors. Meteorites have a lot of uranium, radioactiveness to them, and they're kind of like magnets. They're also, yeah, very nice during the stargazings. I saw one recently, one of the other days, not tonight yet, but I've seen them like last week. Check out Mark J. Weather on IG. Okay, I'll do that. Very good suggestion. I like seeing different weather things like that. Cool. Yeah, and usually we'll have the shooting stars that will come through these trees, but then again, the trees have a bunch of like rats sometimes. Not a bunch of rats, but they'll have some rats in them. Asteroid explosion caught on Doppler. Oh, okay. It's the end of the world, the apocalypse. Another thing that we're doing is looking for some frogs. Although it's kind of cold, we're looking for our frog friends that might be lurking, because there's one frog that wears a thong, and we haven't seen him, but he's probably lurking in here somewhere. Yeah, the meteors are almost like raindrops also. Yeah, gay frogs. Yeah, there's the gay frogs, and they drink all the water. There's also the thong frogs. This is another species, and they're kind of like the size of almost like a human. Keck, yeah. Keck, yeah. They're almost the size of a human, and they're very muscular, and those, like, say one will just be like there, and everybody's looking at him. So yeah, we don't see him yet, but he's a cryptid lurking around. Right, and yeah, so far it is just some mist and not even any flying things right now. And there is one of those banded puppies lurking in the shadows. Yeah, cryptid. With cryptids, there are ones they thought were mythological, but they're actually considered regular animals now. So I'm sure there's all kinds of undiscovered critters that are around that people have not fully been exposed to yet. Yeah, see, Wolverines, it is great to see you, buddy. Welcome. Shout out to you, OG. And yeah, Red Dawn Wolverines. Have I ever seen a wolverine? I have heard them in the distance, but I have not seen them in up close. Only one time I did. It was closer to the back, and there is one standing illuminated in the moonlight that was hunched over, kind of more that way. But most of the time I just hear them in a distance. So I've had very rare encounters with those. And the frog is usually the one that we'll see more frequently, but it is a rarity in some of these fields. Right, and yeah, the cryptids are, there's, the Mothman, there's all kinds of different ones. SE and I, one time, we were talking about the cryptids one night, and about the Jersey Devil, and that was the strangest looking thing I've ever looked at before, with the depiction of it. Yeah, Red Dawn Wolverines, yeah. It was a very strange creature. It had like I don't know, it looked like a dragon with a chicken, with the dragon wings. If it was a real, something real, it was a type of hybrid creature created at some point. Yes, I remember the Snallygaster of Maryland. Snallygaster. I remember that one too. That one was really weird as well. And as I said, those things, and that might be the one I'm thinking of. I may have got the names mixed up. That one is so, those two, that one as he's talking about is so weird. It's like, if it's real, it was created by some alien hybrid, or those fallen angels, or some kind of weird creature that exists that was created that we're not familiar with. But yeah, they're very, very strange, but people do see sightings of them. And right here we have a spooky witch right here that's just been hanging here in the darkness. Just been lurking around. Scared. Reminds me of the Blair Witch. SC knows about that. This definitely looks like a place where that would be going on. It would be good. This would be definitely a sighting where you'd see one of those. Yeah, scared. Yeah, there is these different incidences that happened I see on the internet. Some of them could be fake, when there's the Blair Witch. There, where people will see witch sightings, and they kind of float away, and people see these kind of witchcraft things. Sort of see in these woods that we're in, something kind of similar to this. They'll see some weird candles or some ritual thing going on. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So the Blair Witch, which I believe that definitely in those woods things were going on like that. Sarah McBride is a scary Transformer cryptid. Yep. Very good mentioning that. That is a good point. I do think, see, like, my theory about cryptids is that there are some that are just creatures that we don't know of exactly. Other ones are, I think, hybrids that were created by fallen entities, and other ones are just some sort of mutants of some kind. Yeah, just like mutated plants that we have. Some of them we have, and some of them we create ourselves. Now, one thing that I will say, it's buffering. Okay, thank you. All right, hopefully it's not buffering anymore. But I am appreciating the feedback. Altered DNA, right? You don't believe in aliens per se. Now, I think there are some things on... All clear now, okay. I do think there are entities on other planets, but I do also believe many of the the alien sightings we see are from fallen angels, or some sort of fallen entity like that. Or another theory is interdimensional hypothesis. Yeah, those cast it down. Yes, okay, you go with that one too. There's another one that states that they were time travelers from 56,000 years from now, and it's humans that evolved different looking. That is an interesting theory to ponder. Oh, there we go. That is an interesting theory to ponder, that there's some sort of hybrid from some humans that are from the future. But yeah, I do think they're interdimensional and demonic. Yeah. SC says my ex was a half hybrid. Right. There you go. Yeah, the tall whites. Yeah, there was these sightings of the tall whites that we're talking about on the show, and they were these spirit people that sometimes appear in the deserts. They'll call them sky people, and they're tall, and they look kind of like grays, but they're very white. And they're mimicking angels, but they're not really angels. There's some other type of fallen entity that isn't really good. Yeah, I remember SC and I were talking about one stream about the Bigfoot is something from another dimension, and I got some more research done about that. So the Bigfoot thing was in mythology, which I don't think it's a myth, it's something that's probably real. Going back to the people that were Native Americans or indigenous, whatever people want to call them, and it was known as a helper spirit, a spiritual helper type thing. One night I was in some other random stream on YouTube that had to do with Christian music, and something kind of crazy happened. The tall whites are extremely creepy. Yeah, indeed. I agree. They look really weird and demonic looking. Nothing really good. And the mysterious helper, one night I was talking to trying to rope a dope humans. Yeah. They go and abduct humans and pretend to be like a helpful entity, but it's really a fallen entity that's bad. And they mess with the human genomes. Yeah. Very creepy. And the Bigfoot is... So I was talking to a string of people one night, and they were saying in the woods, people can be helped by somebody or something called the mysterious helper. And I think from what I researched is that's the Bigfoot thing. And it appears and disappears in different dimensions. I'm not denying there's people in suits that are pretending to be Bigfoot. But if it is real, it is some other dimensional thing probably. And it was recorded before anybody from Europe or any part of the world ever came here. So, in the tall whites too, they were talked about by the people that came here, that were here originally, and they were talked about the sky people, which were the tall whites. John Fetterman is a tall white. Yep. Very true. And there are portals that people have opened. So there is this one guy that allegedly worked with a government program with NASA, not NASA, but a secret government program in Roswell, somewhere around there. And he was talking about how these aliens, they would go through these portals. That was something that I was talking about. And they have this something called a yellow book. SC says, I found a track like a Bigfoot track. I have a short on my channel. You should see it. Crazy, looks like a Bigfoot track. Okay, SC, I'll check it out. Thank you, buddy. I'm glad that you're documenting that, because I do think that there's something out there that is real from that. Yeah, so I think it is very fascinating how these different stories of people that have encountered them or worked with them before, there's something called, okay, I see. Mysterious track found. Nice. Yeah, I'm sure it was pretty shocking when you discovered it. I remember how people would uh, see these things. People get shocked a lot of times, and other people think it's not real, and other people like you, I see, document it. Oh, there's lots of Bigfoot sightings in Ohio recently. That is cool. I mean, it's kind of creepy, but it's cool because I'm glad we are knowing about it. I have a sister in Ohio. There's lots of places to hide in Ohio. Ah, cool. Cool. There are places to hide in Ohio. Scared. And I am pretty certain with all the woods and stuff over there, it is very cool to see. And there's some noise over there. Not too sure what it is. Lots of mountains. Yeah, and also there's Snake Mound over in Ohio, too. It's very cool. Yeah, there's something called the Project Yellow Book, and it's this book or a tablet of some kind that the aliens documented everything they about the universe and its creation from generations ago, from from when it first started. And they say things about Jesus that I don't think are really true, so I don't trust what they say. But yeah, that's something else that I found out, that they have like a book of like time and space from the beginning to the end, and I said, sometimes they claim to be time travelers, and humans, they evolved to look weird like rays. Others say that they're other dimensions. It's just, the thing is, I see is that these, whatever they are, the story keeps changing, and liars keep changing their story. And like what we're talking about a couple of years ago on the show, yeah, there's something fishy about them, especially the tall whites. Those things look like horrifying, definitely. I think that they can, especially the Book of Enoch, they talk about these type of things that were in the sky, the angels, and they were cast into, some of them were cast into different punishments for what they did. And then when those things died, they became demons. The spirits became demons. From from what I know, they're found in the deserts, but I'm sure they appeared in different places too. But as far as I know, they're from the desert places. Right? And they're extremely, these creatures are, and they come from the sky, similar to what the UFOs are as well. Okay, and these are all a bunch of weird different plants. Yeah. We've also been talking about the Epstein files too, and they're connected with the extraterrestrials and things like that too, because they're harvesting the adrenochrome. That thing is very different, uh, because it shows that the aliens are like demonic type beings, also. Hey, SC says, have you ever heard of the stairs to nowhere? There will be stairs in the middle of the woods leading to a door people have claimed to see. I have never. Okay, I know about the stairway to the Jacob's Ladder. That's what that reminds me of, but I've not heard of anything specific about something in the woods like that leading to nowhere. I'll look into it, thank you. But definitely that has to do with interdimensional type stuff, or some part of the Matrix that wasn't meant to be seen that was seen. I do believe that's probably real. I think most of the conspiracy theories are real. Not all of them are true, but I do believe a lot of them are. Oh, people, they saw them. Okay, wow. There is something in. Oh, there was an alien story that we were reacting to, and this dude was like a fireman. It was like working for the government agency. There was this alien, gray alien. They had a fight, and it blew his hand off and his fingers off, and he was killed shortly after he talked about it in a lecture. That's very mysterious. He was trying to fight them, and he talked about how they secrete their waste through their skin, and the governments of the world are hiding the information about it and harvesting, using the information for nefarious purposes and hiding the technology from the public. Yeah. Some dark stuff. There's a Bermuda Triangle in Nevada, by the way, where a lot of 2000 planes have fallen, and not worked, and the one YouTuber disappeared. So, kind of like the Bermuda Triangles and Atlantis we talked about, there's one in Nevada, in that region, by the way. Yeah, I know, it's gross. Yeah, it wastes through their skin. Scared. There's something about Gilgamesh that we were researching on the show, and it's this big, like 14-foot sarcophagus of Gilgamesh, in that the Iraq War with the Clintons were trying to get that thing to resurrect the Antichrist and get the occultic power from it. And I'm sure it's also valuable too, and there's allegedly some pictures of it. So that's something that we have researched on the show that I do think is true about the paranormal stuff. It's paranormal and it's also spiritual with the Antichrist powers, because that's definitely what they're trying to resurrect. Oh, I hear the raccoons in a distance. I hear them. Yeah, the raccoons are creeping around out there. It's a little bit cold for them, but yeah, I hear them chirping. They like the chirp. And I do. Oh, by the way, Essie, with the 9/11 attacks, I do think it's shady what happened. We were talking about that before, and it does. And firemen that were there were, the way the buildings fell was weird. you know, like we were talking about that a couple of years ago. It's very fishy stuff going on with that. A lot of these different conspiracy theories are coming out now after the Epstein file. Yeah, absolutely crazy. Yeah, and when the Epstein stuff came out, all these other conspiracy theories were being accepted by, and coming out, and it was a good thing for us because people are now taking it seriously, and these elites, all over the place were hiding this information about Epstein, and he was connected with all these different countries, and I think it's possible he may be alive over there somewhere. Allegedly, some people think in Israel. That's what some are claiming, and someone was assassinated over there for talking about it. So yeah, that Epstein thing was a domino that caused all the other conspiracy theories to be revealed. So my companions and I have been talking about it on the show and exposing it, and it's been going pretty good with that. And you, SC, were with me in the beginning, and it's gone a long way since then. Oh, you haven't really checked in on it, right? All right. I've been through the Epstein files, and it's disturbing. There's all kinds of really groundbreaking information in there. I remember I saw something about 23andMe, and the dude was trying to genetically engineer people and create create hybrids and create people that were for trafficking in his own seed he thought was superior. Yeah, definitely are nuts. Definitely are nuts. So, SC, have you gone camping recently? Because I would think the weather, I'm sure it's very cold and probably rainy where you are, but or it's also snowy too. But have you gone camping recently? Out of curiosity. And where I am, it's actually very cold, and out west it's actually warm weather. So the weather's all kind of crazy right now. Oh, that is awesome, Essie. That is awesome. I'm glad that you are going to do that and get out there again, because you do very well with those videos and your experience with it. With a stove. Okay, good. Only no cats. There's only some raccoons out in the distance chirping around. Yeah. Oh, SC, I'll tell her that you said hi. She'll be glad to hear from you. I, my mom has been doing fine. She has been doing a lot of work with the cats, and my grandparents are not. My grandparents are doing good, but they're kind of retired from doing stuff with the cats. So my mom has been doing a lot with them, and yeah, she's been doing good. Thank you for asking. Yeah, there was a trial that I was looking at earlier and reacting to. It was the Afro Man trial. That was he's wild. That was a wild one to look at. I like that one. It was chat had different opinions about it, and that was something else. It's one of the new things going on at the moment with the trial realm. I liked it. Okay. Yeah, the rapper. He did Because I Got High song. Yeah, and it's a weird plant right there. It's, one of those spiky plants with a flower on it. All right, so the Afro Man, for unknown reasons, someone tipped the police that he had kidnapped people in his basement, and he had drug trafficking. Okay, there's Adar, hello there, and hello Brig, good to see you, buddy. Welcome to the stream. All right, so Essie, what happened to that dude was they called, I don't know, somebody tipped the police on him, and he went out. They went to his house. They broke. Hello there, area. They broke into his house, and they took the $5,000. They took, took some blunts or confiscated some little, weed pieces, and he was angry, and he made a rap songs about them, and he put them all over the internet, and they're suing him for defamation because they were not doing what he claimed that they were doing, and they were just following orders. Yeah, they're gonna let them go, but he got high, right? And yeah, I think it was really we support the police. Some police are good, some police are bad, and people think he may have overreacted the way he handled the situation. Other people think he did the right thing. And he got on the stand today and he went off on everybody. It was something else. What am I doing? I'm doing a nature walk at very late at night, or really early in the morning, however you want to view it. Looking at the garden I grew and seeing animals are outside. And what's in Brig, this is the daikon plant. It's getting really big. It's ready to harvest. It's pretty cool. It's from Japan. It's from another plant from last year, and it's getting very big. Well, it's not from last, but it's from a seed from last year's session. And there's the spinach, and this is broccoli, and I'm going to put more plants. Where am I? I am I'm on planet Earth right now. Usually I'm on my spaceship. And it's very cold where I am, too. And this is the morning dew that you hear in, like, songs and stuff. Yeah, that's the morning dew on the plants. It's just completely making it white. I am from another planet. I'm from planet 10. What planet are you from, area? Out of curiosity. So speaking of other planets, if they did a live stream on Mars, there would be a situation where you're okay. Adar is from planet 7. Nice. It would take Indonesia. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I've grown some peppers from Thailand. Well, they're technically from the South America, and then they went over to Thailand, and they came back to the Americas to be grown. Yeah. And I'm sure it's probably daytime where you are right now. It's morning, but the sun hasn't come up yet where I am. Welcome to the stream. This region. So Afro Man got swatted. It was a fake call to the cops. Yeah, Essie, I think it was a swatting incident. I don't know. Oh, seriously, from there. Yeah, I'm from the Planet 10. Yeah, but yeah, he got swatted. We don't know why or from who. Some people think he may have maybe like the Epstein stuff. He might know something, or they're trying to silence him. We don't really know what the reason is, and it's St. Patrick's Day. But yeah, and by the way, this is some from Iceland. It feels like Iceland right now. And yeah, this is some clovers. St. Patrick's Day just happened, and you have some clovers here. Now, where I am is very similar weather to Indonesia. Not right now, but usually it is, because of it's very tropical here. You see the plants here that are, look very tropical looking. And, tropical plants grow well here, but right now it's freezing. And there's palm trees all around this region on Earth. So it is pretty cool to, similar region. It gets very humid where I am at the moment. Similar to Vietnam. There's actually Vietnamese settlements in my region from the war that happened. Okay, and that's a tree right there from China, by the way. Benjamin Franklin brought it to this region, to this part of the world. And those are some bandit puppies fighting in the distance. Yeah, melting from global warming. Yeah, there you go. Some more, and you see people were saying that these type of trees they don't turn into, okay, so there's leaves that become orange and yellow and purplish looking in fall, but these do that. These do that. The other trees that are kind of swampy trees don't do that. And this is because it was from China originally. It was a certain tree variation, right? It just depends on the tree variation, and this one does. Very nice. But they're known as trash trees, like a pest, but it's originally for ornamental purposes. A bro is shooting from Alaska. In the forest. It looks like a forest, yeah. Yeah. It's more of a swamp. Yeah, actually, one time, I have friends in Alaska. I was one time doing a stream with one of my friends out in Alaska, and the Kaduzu vines. I don't know what the vines are called, but there's some crazy looking vines. I don't know what they are, though. And you're going out first, bro. Okay. Yeah, where in Alaska, it was like earlier, like I was up until the morning's coming in my region, and Alaska's still nighttime. But yeah, I've done hang out with Alaska people before. This is a plant that was the indigenous or Native American people grew, and the roots are used for eating, harvesting. That's what they're, they kind of look like sunflowers. You're going first, facts. Yeah, you'll be glad to have you. And look, this is a plant that is similar to your region in Indonesia, sort of around there in the Pacific Islands. This is an elephant ear plant. I believe where you are, they eat them and they cook them, the roots, to taro. I think in English it's called taro. Yeah, this is an ornamental plant that I grow that's from your part of the world. They brought them here a long time ago. And they just kind of grow wild everywhere. Right, and they have... Oh, thank you for the 5 memberships. Commander, that is very, very nice of you. Shout out to you, buddy. Thank you. Yeah, Shecky and MT, Irish, Luna, Leo. Yeah, facts. Facts. Right. And these are just some random flower plants that just grow here when it's winter for some reason. They just kind of blow in here. Gifts are selected at random. I thought it would be everyone in chat. Hello, Adar. Yeah, it would be to get everyone in chat. Yeah, it just depends, like how many you select. There's nearly 2,000 folks on this ship, but it's nice that you gave some the membership. That's very cool. It's selected at random. That is true, though. Yeah. Yeah, very cool. This is some ASMR right here. There's the milkweed. Yeah, the milkweed is some sort of an herb that is used. Let's see over here. Necessary pills for many cancer patients. Yeah, there's theories that the cancer cures are known and they don't tell people what it really is because they want to have population control, allegedly, and they want to make bank off of people suffering. So there are theories about that. So yeah, that's shady. And ivermectin apparently seems to be helps people with sicknesses and stuff, it seems. So yeah, it's part of the conspiracy theories we talk about in the show. Yeah, good point. Yeah, from a lab. It's a lot of, like diseases that are genetically engineered. Yeah, those are the worst, definitely. And this is a weird vine that's red for some reason. And I've grown pineapples in there before, by the way. Okay, and you have those. You have those elephant ear plants. All right. Yeah, I don't think some of you saw it, but yeah, that's some of the edible plants right there. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, some nice stars out here. Let's see what can be seen on the camera itself. Oh, nearly fell over. Yeah, y'all could see that. Y'all could see that, and that's a tree. That is some other star right there. So that's pretty cool. All right. And the lights back on. Okay, good. Yes, that is where you are from, right? Okay. It is a nice quiet evening so far. Well, it's really morning time. Yeah. And we got these weird looking plants that look like it's like a hybrid between a dandelion and a cactus. That's what it looks like. Those are machines. And you got the giant, the ragweeds right there. That is cool. And this was supposed to be in this hole so people don't trip in there. Yeah, see, that one is kind of like a dandelion. Yeah, time for some coffee. It has like the top part of the flower and the seeds. Yeah, yep, yep. Yeah, this is like the hollow in the middle right there of that plant. It's kind of like sugar cane, but it isn't. Okay, and out this way. Some more clovers for the St. Patrick's Day that just passed us. Facts. All right, and now at this point, let's see. Adar says, I mean, Kim Jong, not John Wick. I mean, John Wicks. Yeah, not Kim Jong. Yeah. John Wick is a good movie. I have seen that one before. I remember I first saw it. They were showing it for free on YouTube. It was a stream that they had for a fundraiser, and that was a very good movie. And I also saw it, I saw it a few of them. That one's a good movie. Yeah. The dude from The Matrix. The Matrix is another good movie. Talks a lot about what we go through nowadays. Hmm. Good points, Adar. Okay, and that's Wrong Turn Still Rocks. Nice. Okay. That's like some wild onions. Those are the wild onions. Right there. Wild onions are cool. Yeah, now it was nice talking to everybody, and you too, Adar. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Adar. Glad that you like the show. I like having you here on the channel. Thanks. And those are the milkweeds. Some milkweeds and different plants. Yeah, I do these vlogs all the time. Pretty much every day, every night. And we got those there. Okay. Those are some petals. All right. And now, at this point, there's some things that I have to do. So I'm going to be ending the stream, but I'll be vlogging tomorrow night. Thank you for coming, everybody. I'll see you all on the next one. And peace. Okay, and we'll be ending it. Here we go.